The first official Android 11 public beta is now here, and at PhoneArena we have already been using it for a couple of days now, so these are our first impressions with everything new and exciting in Android 11 Beta 1. The beta is available right now for those with Pixel 2 and newer Pixel phones, and just recently OnePlus has also announced that its OnePlus 8 series can also get the Android beta. Before you jump in and install it, however, let us remind you that this is a beta and we have stumbled upon quite a few issues, so we don't recommend installing it on your main phone, and it's best to try it out on a secondary device. You can opt out and revert from the beta back to a stable release, but that will wipe out data on your phone. So if you want to install the beta, here's how you do it. Type in google.com/android/beta, scroll down to see if you have any eligible devices, and if you do, opt in to participate in the beta and you will receive Android 11 Beta 1 as a software update, and then you just install it as any other update. What you see on your screen right here is our Google Pixel 4 XL already running the Android 11 Beta 1. There are quite a few new features, but the most important one is definitely the change in notifications. Starting with Android 11, notifications now break down in two different types. First, you have conversations. These are your instant messaging apps like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and whatnot. And they will appear on top of all other notifications. That's the bigger change. If you converse with many people, you can long hold a particular notification and mark it as priority, so it shows up on top of other conversations, and priority conversations can even break through a do not disturb setting. You can also do the opposite and long press a conversation to mark it as quote-unquote silent. This means that your phone won't vibrate constantly in those particularly chatty groups, but it will still be able to see the conversation when you open the notification shade. Also new is that now conversations from various apps can go into bubbles, which stay on top of apps and allow users to multitask while remaining engaged in a chat. You don't have to use the bubbles if you don't like them, they are optional. Just tap that little circle button to toggle them on and off. The bubbles features, however, was still buggy in the beta version that we have here. Bubbles would often crash with Facebook Messenger, they would not work with Skype, and then messages from popular messenger app Viber were not even counted as a conversation type in the notification at the moment. Those apps will surely get updated in the very near future for full Android 11 notification support, but if you want to use them right now, well, not everything is quite in place just yet. And then every other notification that is not a conversation falls into two subtypes of notifications, the so-called alerting ones and then the silent ones. Long press on any notification in the Android notification shade and you can easily change an alerting notification to go into the silent type and vice versa. One more thing about notifications, you now have a full notification history over in the settings menu, where you can see a chronological view of past notifications, and that's quite cool and useful. So that's notifications, a pretty big change and one for the better. Next, you also see that media playback controls now appear right in the quick settings panel. They used to show up above your notifications when you had music playing, but now they get this dedicated space in the quick settings. Swipe down one more time, like so, and you get an expanded view of the media playback controls. A new button at the top of the expanded media control allows you to quickly switch between sources. You can switch where the music goes, to the phone speakers, to wireless headphones, to Bluetooth speakers, and etc. Another new feature in the Android 11 Beta 1 is screen recording. Google actually had this feature last year in Android 10 betas, but decided to skip it in the final release. We really hope it makes the cut this year, as it seems to work well in the current beta, and you have the options to record audio and show touches along with the screen recordings. Next, we have a brand new interface for screenshots, and this one looks very much like what you have on iOS. Capturing a screenshot brings up a small thumbnail in the bottom right corner, and you can quickly edit, crop, or share it. What's new here is that you can now also capture screenshots via the recent cards multitasking menu. Swipe up from the bottom of the screen to bring up the recent apps in the form of cards like so. And then you have this screenshot button here that will capture a screen grab of the selected application. Having this button there is kind of strange and a bit unexpected. And next to it, you also find the select button that will highlight text parts of the app above it so you can quickly copy them. All of that seems a bit confusing, and it seems like it's done only so that Google lets you know that those options are available and are here. Next on the list is a brand new power menu. Shortly pressing the power button still locks the device, but long press it and you get a rich menu with the options to turn off the phone or restart it. But then also, if you have payment options selected and if you have smart home appliances, you get to see them right here in this menu. And you can now easily control it without opening third-party apps. One thing that hasn't changed in Android 11 is that you still have the Google search bar at the bottom of your home screen, and there is no way to remove it, which is still quite annoying, especially if you don't use it. For some reason, the home screen dock with the 5 fixed apps at the bottom can now be set to instead show you Google suggested apps and not your personal fixed ones. Now this is one new feature that doesn't make much sense, as I personally want to see my specific apps there and not some random Google suggested ones. There are a bunch of other tiny new additions and features. You can pin particular apps to the share sheet. You have better dark theme scheduling options. Turning airplane mode would no longer switch off Bluetooth if you are connected to wireless headphones, and the list goes on and on. So far, I'm really liking the new notifications in Android 11, and the new power menu is a great new addition. It's still too early to judge Android 11 yet, but one thing is clear. There are too many bugs in this first beta to have it running on your main device, so please don't do that. Google is planning to release 2 additional betas before it pushes the final public release in the fall. And then we can start counting the weeks and months until devices like the Galaxy S20 series start getting it. That one thing hasn't changed, and that's unfortunate. In either case, Android 11 is finally official, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts about it. Do you like the new notifications, and what do you think about this new update? Let me know in the comments, like the video if you enjoyed watching, subscribe for more from us. My name is Vic, this is PhoneArena, and I will see you in the next one.